Your host with the most. Today on the Frequency of Abundance group, we are on the Sunday, second to the last one that I'll be doing this year before we take a week off and rebroadcast everything for you guys that you've been here watching every single day, from motivational Mondays to winning Wednesdays, fearless Fridays. Here we've got a very cool one for today, and I wanted you to really feel that it's Sunday self-care. It's Soaring Sundays. Today's topic is going to be recharge your soul with simple rituals. And I think that that's just deep enough. Now, it doesn't have to be a long session, it just needs to be poignant and really give you value. So, if you don't know who I am, I'll take 30 seconds and introduce myself. I've been an elite energy coach for almost 30 years, focusing on peak performing individuals from sports, from business, Olympians, Cirque du Soleil acrobats, national sports teams from all over the world. Had about 15,000 people come through my hands in the last 30 years. Wrote a couple best-selling books on energy management. And when the pandemic hit and I came online, trying to help others who are doing some good, the coaches, the healers, the therapists, trying to have them blow a dog whistle to their target audience. Help shine a light on them, especially if they're doing some good and trying to help others out there. So in that context, we put on very one-of-a-kind events. Roundtable discussions, leadership forums, health, wealth, vitalities, different financial fireside chats. So lots of different ways to really excite, engage, and just delight your target audience, especially if you're hunting whales. So C-suite executives, leaders, I'll put my contact in the chat. Reach out to me. Say hi. I'd love to say hello, see how you're up to. And if you wanted to get any of the playbacks, I'll put this over in for you as well. In the, here's the LinkedIn group. So all you have to do is go to LinkedIn, literally type the Frequency of Abundance, click on groups, and you got it. Now, I'll make sure in case you're trying to catch this while it's scrolling, I'll put it in the chat for you. Hold on. And there you go. Okay, so now that we've got your fundamentals out of the way and you know exactly what's happening, ask some questions, show some love, pop in, give 30 seconds to open up some extra eyes. And now, let's get started on the topic. Today, on a Sunday self-care, we're going to look at a good handful of things. We're going to look at, first and foremost, the power of simple rituals. I'm not trying to be elaborate. I'm not trying to stage a ceremony in your mind and make a really big deal. It's supposed to be a simple ritual, and there's a separate power in that. There's a separate power in the big deal ritual too. But the simple one holds a different truth. It's much quicker and easier accepted. It doesn't get judged. So if you start your day with, let's say, a mindful breath. Inhale 4 counts. Hold 4 counts. And then exhale for 6. That'll help reset your nervous system. Notice your fingers tingling a bit? Rituals don't need to be elaborate. So sometimes lighting a candle, sitting quietly for 5 minutes, just can be enough to reconnect with yourself. And that's what Sunday self-care is supposed to do. Help you reconnect with yourself. So let's look at, sometimes we take a nap or we go to sleep, or we're looking at different periods of rest. What if we were looking at intentional rest? What if we say self-care isn't always about doing. Sometimes it's about simply being. And that's an intentional rest. Give yourself permission to rest without guilt. You're not feeling well, you're a little under the weather. A couple-hour nap would be incredible. It's a Sunday afternoon. What better way to show self-care for yourself than an intentional rest without guilt? Share this mantra with you, with yourself, with your loved ones, with family, with friends. Share. I honor my need for rest because it fuels my ability to give and to grow. I honor my need for rest because it fuels my ability to give and grow. Honor it. Now, give yourself a chance that if you're honoring that, and especially if you wanted to create a small, simple ritual for it, wouldn't you want to also set some time aside? How long do you think you'd need? Let's say a digital detox hour, just to keep things simple. So let's go tech free for an hour, pick one, and you get to disconnect from your screen. You get to disconnect from your phones, your batteries, everything in that electrical frequency of buzz. And you get to reconnect with your surroundings, yourself, your loved ones. It could be so many different things, from hobbies and activities, time for yourself. Could be so many different things with family, with friends, with loved ones, with different groups. So a digital detox hour is by itself a good thing. But if you start combining it with some simple rituals and giving it that safe space, even more powerful for you and more restorative. And that's what we're here for today. The power of self-care on Sunday. So let's see. If we're looking at, let's say, soul nourishing practices, and that's kind of neat. Because if we're going to do things that, make you feel better energetically, and you know that on top of it, it also genuinely deep down inside makes you feel good, it's kind of cool. And it helps, and it sticks a lot longer. So let's go soul nourishing practices. Journaling, a simple one. Whether you write 3 things down that you're grateful for, or even if you wanted to throw in an intention for the upcoming week. So 3 things you're grateful for and an intention for the upcoming week. You could be, think of it, friends, relationships, happiness, health. Lots of things to be grateful for. What would an intention for the upcoming week look like? What would that look like? Could that be, I intend to have the energy and space needed to embrace incredible opportunities. I intend to have the stamina. I intend to have the space to embrace incredible new opportunities that will present themselves to me. And consider movement, yoga, nature walk, simply stretching even. It doesn't have to be fancy. Anytime you're moving and grooving, things like lymph need to circulate in your body, and there's no pump for them like there is for your blood. Your blood's got your heart to help pump it around. Lymph doesn't. You got to manually move things around for it to move around. So move around, and then everything moves around. And moving around is the state that we need to be in. It's going to help you release so much tension. A proper shrug, deep sigh. Those things relieve so much tension. Now, if you're pop into the chat, show some love, give a hello, give a thumbs up, ask a question. By all means, it's your time. I'm here to welcome you as the host of the Frequency of Abundance group. And by all means, come join us on LinkedIn, the free group. I've put it here, and I put it in the chat as well for you. And it's a wonderful place where you'll get to see past trainings. We have a small private group. It's paid. It's tens of dollars a month. It's no big deal. But it'll give you a chance to network, to come look at other trainings, to see exposure from others, and to put on your own. Come join us and be interviewed. Come join us and learn how to put on your own so that we could help you and guide you and shine a brighter light on you and what you're up to. So know that there's so much good, that as much as you're always looking up for those people that are 3 steps above you and comparing yourself, horribly against that, which is just painful and mean to you, look at the people that are, in this analogy, 3 steps below or before you or below you, and how they would give their left arm for your problems. And know that you earn your wings to go up there by helping pull those up. And that's how they extend a hand to pull you up. So that beautiful train, that beautiful chain, that system needs to exist. One of the cool ways that you can do it, I'd say, would be reconnect with nature, where spend time outdoors in any capacity. If you can, feel the earth beneath your feet. Notice if there's any nuanced colors in the sky. Maybe simply just do a lot of deep breathing in that fresh air, sensing the different ground underneath you. So see if you can get off the concrete, see if you can get off the smooth, level, you know, sidewalk. See if you can walk on the grass. See if you can walk on the earth. See if you can walk with movement. Your body will love it. It'll change the way that it relates to your outside and your environment. Reconnect with nature. Make sure that you do soul searching and soul nourishing practices like journaling, like movement. Give yourself that digital detox hour. Allow yourself intentional rest without feeling guilty. And don't forget about the power of simple rituals. Starting your day with that mindful breath. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Let go for 6. Don't need to be elaborate. Today's about you and nourishing you. Now, on the other side, we could also take a look at more creative expression. In case all of this so far was too mellow for you, no problem. Let's say, as a creative expression, we can look at creativity as a form of self-care. So, simple activities like doodling, cooking your favorite meal, creating a vision board for the week ahead. Any of these expressive forms are self-care. Playing a musical instrument, drawing, coloring, writing, anything that feels like a creative outlet. That expressiveness is part of the self-care and a wonderful little ritual that you can create for yourself. Sundays from 2 to 3, I doodle. Why not? Why not? Especially if you feel good after. Why not? Now, you might want to, obviously set some boundaries for yourself and also for others as well. You need to learn to protect your energy. It's so important and so neglected. Setting those boundaries is like saying, I don't want discipline and routine. That makes me feel very constricted. No, that actually sets you free. And embracing it is a beautiful, beautiful process. So setting boundaries is the same. It's reflecting on, what you need to say no to this week in order to protect your energy. Remind yourself that boundaries are an act of self-love and self-care and self-preservation. What are you going to need to say no to this week in order to protect your energy? And when you do protect your energy, and you have it, and it's there, and it's amazing, where do you want to spend it? What are you saving it up for? What are you holding back on these things for in order to have more of this for? What's that look like? That's part of the journaling. I don't think you'd want to doodle that, so have some fun with that. And take a look and go through. See if there's anything that you know of, or if you need, or if there's anyone there that you think would be a good fit for you. Anyone that you think, in my little network there of worlds, I've got about 10,000 people on LinkedIn, about 5,000 on Facebook. If anyone in my network reaches out to you or appeals to you or calls to you, and you want me to help you introduce or reach out to them, let me know. If you want to come and be a guest on the show, let me know. If you have something that you're trying to help the world with and get out there that really means a big deal and helps people, let me know. Between connections, opportunities, stages to stand on, spotlights that we can shine on you, you never know. If on a bigger level you're hunting whales and looking for unique ways to get a hold of those C-suites, those executives, those leaders, let me know. My contact's in the chat. I'll pop it in again. There you go. And even on the overlay so you can see what's over here on the side. So anytime you need anything, grab it. And let's go back. I won't keep you too long for today, okay? It's Sunday. I apologize. I am parched. I needed more Greek mountain tea than usual. Whew. And that's part of self-care too. And that's part of setting boundaries. That, that's what I need to make me be able to do this, to give to you. So thank you for humoring me and enduring some of that with me. Where I want to take us After we talked about boundaries and creative expression, let's look at an evening wind down ritual. We talked about starting the day with that mindful breath. 4 beats, 4 beats, 6 beats, right? What if we could create a soothing bedtime routine? And I know it sounds silly, or it's like, oh my goodness, I'm not of that age. I don't need to do such a thing. I'm like, no, but it might be an interesting experiment if you allow yourself. Lean in and say, okay, I'll try some herbal tea. And I'll put on a calm playlist, or maybe read a book. Maybe that'll be your digital detox hour, last hour of the day. And helps you really get your serotonin levels right. Helps you get accustomed, no more blue light to mess with you and go, doo-doo-doo-doo. Might be a wonderful little idea. Because good rest is that ultimate act of self-care. You wake up, and the first thing you do is smile. Do you notice that? When you have a good rest, you wake up and you stretch and go, I feel so good. Give yourself that act of self-love. That ultimate act of self-love is that evening wind-down ritual to ensure that you've got a good night's rest for yourself. Make sure you don't skimp on that. Set your boundaries. Give yourself that permission to say no so that the energy's there when you need it. Put some creative expression around. See if there's not an area that is, oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Yeah, I love doing that, or I used to do that, or maybe I could do some more of that. I think you can. Get that creative expression back up and get yourself delighted. Reach out to the nature to help makes life easy. You don't have to do a lot. It's just there and it's awesome. So spend time outdoors. Feel that earth beneath your feet. Get off the concrete. Notice those colors. Notice the smells. Notice the sights. Breathe in that air. And then keep those practices that you've got going on, right? Like we talked about the power of your simple ritual in the morning. They don't have to be elaborate. We talked about intentional rest and giving yourself that proper state. Look at that. We're mentioning it several times. It's that important. As an act of self-love, intentional rest. You got to honor your need because it fuels your ability to give and grow. Got to put your mask on first before you put someone else's mask on. It's the rules. Makes sense too. So give that digital detox hour, and that's where you can follow some of those soul practices. The journaling, the movement, the nature walk, stretching, whatever it is for you. Explore familiar, popular ones. Create a new one for you. Sunday's that time to reflect, to wind down, to give yourself that Sunday self-care. And today was all about recharging your soul with simple rituals. I wanted you to feel that. So when you care for your soul, you not only show up as being your best self for others, but you also teach them the importance of self-love by your example. Some may not give themselves permission to do that until they see someone else doing it. And then go, we can do that? That's okay. Yes, you can take that intentional rest. Yes, you can express creativity in your own unique way. Yes, you can go out for a walk or doodle or don't. Yes, it's okay to have some herbal tea before bed. Yes. Empower yourself, delight yourself, give yourself that happy space. Know that when you care for your soul, you not only show up as your best self for others, but you also teach them the importance of self-love by your own example. So I invite you to reach out. I invite you to say hello. I am the Tom Verhofsky, your host with the most. This has been another wonderful episode. Loved having you here. Thank you so much for joining on the Frequency of Abundance group. Join us on LinkedIn. Contact information and how to get us there is up. Join us over in Facebook, on LinkedIn, in the group. Join us for one of our incredible chats. Join us for your chance to come be a guest on the show. Join us to put on your own show. Let's have some fun, people. Let's mix it up. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the end of the holidays as they're popping around and getting so close and ready to go. You know, it's going to be some time that you spend to yourself. It's going to be some time that, it's going to make you feel nice. I like that. So, see you coming up in the next streams. Thank you so much for joining us today.